The purpose of our lives is to be happy. Be kind whenever possible. It is always possible. My religion is very simple. My religion is kindness. Happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. Remember that sometimes not getting what you want is a wonderful stroke of luck. If you think you are too small to make a difference, try sleeping with a mosquito. The more you are motivated by love, the more fearless and free your action will be. Open your arms to change, but don't let go of your values. Silence is sometimes the best answer. The true hero is one who conquers his own anger and hatred. Compassion and tolerance are not a sign of weakness, but a sign of strength. Anger or hatred is like a fisherman's hook. It is very important for us to ensure that we are not caught by it. Love and compassion are necessities, not luxuries. Without them, humanity cannot survive. The purpose of all major religious traditions is not to construct big temples on the outside, but to create temples of goodness and compassion inside, in our hearts. If you want others to be happy, practice compassion. If you want to be happy, practice compassion. There is a saying in Tibetan: tragedy should be utilized as a source of strength. Take into account that great love and great achievements involve great risk. The roots of all goodness lie in the soil of appreciation for goodness. When we meet real tragedy in life, we can react into ways either by losing hope and falling into self-destructive habits, or by using the challenge to find our inner strength. Our prime purpose in this life is to help others. And if you can't help them, at least don't hurt them. Give the ones you love wings to fly, roots to come back, and reasons to stay. If you have a particular faith or religion, that is good, but you can survive without it. If you think you're too important to help someone, you are only fooling yourself. You are not that important in our struggle for freedom. Truth is the only weapon we possess. The best way to resolve any problem in the human world is for all sides to sit down and talk. We can never obtain peace in the outer world until we make peace with ourselves. Know the rules well so you can break them effectively. Choose to be optimistic. It feels better. Judge your success by what you had to give up in order to get it. Remember that the best relationship is one in which your love for each other exceeds your need for each other. Old friends pass away, new friends appear. It is just like the days. An old day passes, a new day arrives. Sleep is the best meditation. It is very rare or almost impossible that an event can be negative from all points of view. The way to change others' minds is with affection and not anger. Sometimes one creates a dynamic impression by saying something, and sometimes one creates a significant impression by remaining silent. The more you talk, the less people listen. Be kind to all creatures. This is the true religion. The purpose of language is to communicate, not to impress. If you want others to be happy, practice compassion. If you want to be happy, practice compassion. When you think everything is someone else's fault, you'll suffer a lot. People take different roads, seeking fulfillment and happiness. Just because they're not on your road doesn't mean they've gotten lost. A disciplined mind leads to happiness, and an undisciplined mind leads to suffering. If you have a heart that is gracious and compassionate, then you also have a mind that can discern the true nature of reality. A lack of transparency results in distrust and a deep sense of insecurity. Ignorance is the cause of suffering, and the only remedy for ignorance is wisdom. The ultimate source of happiness is not money and power, but warm-heartedness. In order to carry a positive action, we must develop a positive vision. The greatest degree of inner tranquility comes from the development of love and compassion. Your purpose in life is to find your purpose and give your whole heart and soul to it. If you want to know what a man's like, take a good look at how he treats his inferiors, not his equals. Happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. The true measure of compassion is not how you feel about someone else's suffering, but how motivated you are to help them. The purpose of life is to be happy. This is what all human beings have in common: the wish to lead a happy life. Be kind to others, so that you may learn the benefits of kindness. Remember that not getting what you want is sometimes a wonderful stroke of luck. One problem with our current society is that we have an attitude towards education as if it is there to simply make you more clever, make you more ingenious. Even though our society does not emphasize this, the most important use of knowledge and education is to help us understand the importance. If you can, help others. If you cannot do that, at least do not harm them. The more you are motivated by love, the more fearless and free your action will be. When you realize you've made a mistake, take immediate steps to correct it. There is no need for temples, no need for complicated philosophy. Our own brain, our own heart is our temple. The philosophy is kindness, a genuine, affectionate smile is very important in our day-to-day lives. Our own brain, our own heart is our temple. The philosophy is kindness. Happiness is determined more by one's state of mind than by external events. If you think the other person is ill-willed, then you will develop feelings of hatred. But if you recognize that the other person is motivated by a desire to do good, then you will find reason to trust him or her. We can live without religion and meditation, but we cannot survive without human affection. The purpose of all the major religious traditions is not to construct big temples on the outside, but to create temples of goodness and compassion inside, in our hearts. With the realization of one's own potential and self-confidence in one's ability, one can build a better world. The more we care for the happiness of others, the greater our own sense of well-being becomes. It is very important to generate a good attitude, a good heart, as much as possible. From this, happiness in both the short term and the long term for both yourself and others will come. In the practice of tolerance, one's enemy is the best teacher. True compassion is not just an emotional response, but a firm commitment founded on reason. Remember that sometimes not getting what you want is a wonderful stroke of luck. The ultimate authority must always rest with the individual's own reason and critical analysis. When we talk about compassion, we talk in terms of being kind. But compassion is not so much being kind, it is being creative enough to wake a person up. All suffering is caused by ignorance. People inflict pain on others in the selfish pursuit of their happiness or satisfaction.